The Mongol horsemen, masters of the open plains, faced their greatest challenge, the rivers and fortified cities of southern China. Their skills on horseback meant little here. To succeed, they had to conquer water, a world alien to them. It began with a promise. Genghis Khan dreamed of a unified empire, a vision he left for his descendants. His grandson Kublai Khan took this mission to heart. Not just a warrior but a builder, Kublai saw the wealth and strength of the Song Dynasty. The Mongols had swept across Asia, but China was different, protected by rivers, walls, and ingenuity. Kublai realized brute force alone wouldn't work. He needed to adapt, to honor his grandfather's legacy by forging a new path. This was more than conquest, it was a personal quest. The pressure was immense. Kublai gathered his best minds and declared, "We have conquered the land, now we must conquer the rivers." The great challenge began. The Mongols would have to become something new. They would have to learn to fight on water. The fate of an empire depended on it. And so, history turned on a promise. The Mongols, unstoppable on land, met their match at the rivers of southern China. The Yangtze River, wide as a sea, protected the Song Dynasty, a liquid great wall. The Song were masters of the boat, with a powerful navy and floating fortresses. The Mongols' cavalry was useless in flooded fields and narrow canals. Song cities were fortresses, surrounded by water and walls. Every advance was blocked by ingenious defenses. Kublai Khan realized this was a new kind of war, one of patience, engineering, and strategy. He couldn't rely on speed or surprise. He had to think like his enemy, to turn water from obstacle to weapon. The Mongols needed new ideas, new technology, and new leaders. The old ways would not fulfill Genghis Khan's dream. A new Mongol warrior had to be born. The Mongols learned from failure. In Vietnam, General Aju faced war elephants and guerrilla tactics, but the real lesson was on water. Vietnamese boats raided Mongol supply lines, using rivers as highways. Aju realized, to conquer a people of the water, the Mongols had to become a people of the water. They needed a navy, thousands of ships, not just a few. Kublai Khan listened. He began a massive shipbuilding program, hiring Chinese engineers and shipwrights. Another lesson came from the failed invasion of Japan. A storm, kamikaze, destroyed the Mongol fleet. The Mongols learned the sea was as dangerous as any enemy. Their ships needed to be stronger, their sailors more skilled. Adaptation was survival. Kublai Khan was willing to learn from defeat. He fused Mongol courage with Chinese expertise. The Mongols would not just cross rivers, they would command them. The transformation had begun. Armed with new knowledge, the Mongols innovated. They mounted massive catapults on their largest ships, creating floating siege platforms. These ships could bombard city walls from the water, a game-changer in siege warfare. No longer did they need to drag siege engines over land. The Song's Great Wall of ships now faced a mobile, devastating enemy. Mongol warriors became sailors. Chinese engineers built the ships. Generals like Aju led this new amphibious force. Kublai Khan's strength was adaptation. He welcomed good ideas from any source. The final test came at Xiangyang, twin cities guarding the Song heartland. The Mongol fleet blockaded the cities, bombarding them relentlessly. Stone walls crumbled, defenders were exposed. The age of the floating fortress had arrived. The Mongols had mastered the water. The fall of Xiangyang shattered Song resistance. The Mongol fleet, led by General Baiyun, sailed down the Yangtze, dismantling the Song navy. Cities surrendered as the unstoppable armada approached. In 1276, the Song capital Lin'an fell, not by bloodshed, but by surrender. The Empress Dowager handed over the imperial seal. The young emperor was treated as a guest, not a captive. Kublai Khan sought unity, not destruction. Some Song loyalists fled, fighting on at sea for 3 more years. The final stand came at the Battle of Yamen. The last Song fleet was destroyed. The dynasty ended with tragedy, but the Mongol conquest was complete. The Mongols won by adapting, becoming a people of the ship. Kublai Khan's leadership fused cultures and ideas. The story is a lesson. To overcome great challenges, we must learn, adapt, and grow. What river will you cross?